graders and parents, it's almost time to come back to school, so let's talk about a few things. I'm Mr. Suess, and come on inside with me. Wow, it's not as sunny in here as it was out there. That was pretty bright. Well, welcome to room 23 again. I'm Mr. Suess, and let's talk about what this year is going to look like. Every year I say to the kids, welcome to something brand new. Even if you've been here since preschool or children's corner when you were a little kid, all the way up through 4th grade, it's still a new experience. So 5th graders, which is you, 5th graders, welcome to something new. So let me talk about a little bit about this year so you know a little bit about what's going on. I know that several of you, because I have 29 students, several of you have chosen to learn online, so distance learning, which is great, but I'm going to talk to all of you, 29, because as you know, as of now anyway, all of us are going to be online for the first 2 weeks. Okay, so I guess I should say welcome all of you, because our classroom is going to be online for the first 2 weeks. And I know that there are a lot of opinions out there about how to start school, the frustrations of how to start school, and I get it. I completely get it. I have my own kids. My daughter is going to be an 8th grader this year. My son will be a senior this year. And we have to make decisions as parents too about going to school, staying home, doing this, doing that. And I know it's for a lot of different reasons that parents are making their decisions. And I know it's tough, very tough, and I get it. I'm sorry this year is starting the way it is. If I could wave my magic wand, it would be a normal, wonderful year. So we're going to have to make it as wonderful as we possibly can, given the conditions that are around us. So anyway, let's talk about what will be similar this year. Okay, so what seems to be the same from 4th grade to 5th grade? Well, first of all, English Language Arts. We are still doing Benchmark Advanced, BA, where you have all the different sections every month. And the first one for 5th grade is going to be Conflicts That Shaped a Nation. So there's this, which those of you who are going to learn here in person, you'll get a magazine that should look somewhat familiar as far as the formatting on the sides. It's got where you can do your annotations, and this becomes yours, so you can highlight and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much the same. And if you are a distance learner, and we all are for the first 2 weeks, you're going to be doing this online. Remember, just go to Clever, and then your Google account, and then you can get to your ELA. We'll be doing that actually in a few weeks. Now, this is kind of similar, kind of different. You're still going to have math, so hopefully 95% of you just said yes, or maybe a little less. But anyway, we're going to have math, but it is going to be a new style of learning here. This is called Envisions Math, and the cool thing, whether you're a math fan or not, this is also online, so you can get to Clever, Google, your Google account, and then you're going to find Pearson Realize, which is another name for this company. And if you're here, you're going to get this text, and opening up just has a lot of different math problem stuff you could write in here. This becomes yours as well. But I will also have homework, classwork, enrichment online. So again, for at least the first 2 weeks, for all of us, you're going to have your Pearson Realize or your Envision Math online. So we're going to be doing that. but I'll lead you to that as I make videos and stuff for you. So those are some things that are going to be very similar from fourth grade. Okay, so now that leaves us to what's going to be different this year, and the answer, unfortunately, is a lot. So as you can see, the desks in my classroom are not grouped, which is what they always tell us to do, is to group desks so you can work in groups and have partners and study together, etc. But that isn't going to happen this year, and as a matter of fact, you're not really going to have lockers to use. I mean, they're still there, but they're going to be empty. And that is so we don't crowd up against each other and use our lockers, since they're not really spaced out. So what we're going to end up doing, you're going to bring your backpack in here every day, and you're going to need to place that under your seat and your desk, and that's going to kind of be your locker throughout the day. So in 5th grade, and just like you did in 4th grade, we typically switch classrooms. Like you might have me for some subjects, and you might have a different class for different subjects. Well, we're going back to traditional, to where you're basically stuck with me all day. So, and so are the other students and their teachers. So, since you're going to be here all day, your backpack will serve as your roaming locker. And so you want to keep up with your pencils and your paper, and I'll have a supply list coming out on your welcome back letter, just so you know just what to bring. Unfortunately, even though I have a closet full of stuff to share with you, like scissors and crayons and Sharpies and all that kind of stuff, this year we are not allowed to share that with you. Otherwise, we'd have to disinfect it every time it's used, or if you shared a pencil with somebody, then we'd have to sanitize it. Speaking of, we'll be having a lot of these Clorox wipes or disinfectant wipes, hand sanitizer, things like that, not just in the classroom but throughout the building. And so it's going to be a heavily sanitizing year. Now, I'm all for being germ-free and making sure, especially when you go to the bathroom and stuff, making sure you wash your hands and et cetera, et cetera. I think that's always important. This year, it's really being hyped up that we're going to sanitize everything, desks, chairs, countertops, throughout the day, every day. So, part of that means, I know you've heard this term a zillion times this spring and summer, but we're going to socially distance as much as possible. Kind of tough to do in the room with such a large class, so we're doing what we can. And you'll probably see me most of the day doing this. And that is wearing a mask. I will be wearing a mask all day, except when it's time for lunch, and you as well. So you are to have a mask every day, and it could be, we're supposed to encourage you to use that in the classroom. Definitely when you're in the halls, going from point A to point B, you'll need to have a mask. So parents, you'll need to keep up with that, and that's for people obviously who are going to be here, face-to-face learning, that you'll need your mask, and you'll need one every day. And if you're using a cloth mask or whatever, you want to make sure that that gets washed semi-often. But that's one of the things that's going to be different, obviously, with this year. So no lockers for you at this time. We're going to be together as a class all day long. We will eat in the classroom, so no more cafeteria use. But obviously, you can't wear a mask while you're eating, or if you've learned how to do that, you have to let me know. I don't see it. But anyway, and I'll be here eating with you a lot of the times, and we can just kind of hang out, and that can be our time together. When it's not learning time, we can just enjoy each other and have lunch together. So there's that. So no cafeteria use at this time. No assemblies, because you think of it as, and I know that we all want assemblies, teachers want assemblies, the principal wants an assembly, but because of where we're at with what's going on around us, we have to stay apart as much as possible. So you won't be having lunch with any of your classmates, or I'm sorry, your classmates you will, but not your teammates, the rest of fifth graders that are in different classes. You're not going to see them too much on the even on the playground, but you will have 2 recesses a day. There won't be any morning recess like before school. You're not going to the playground. You're just going to come in when it's time. And then during the day, you're going to have 2 recesses. So that'll be nice to at least take a break from me and your classroom, and you can get out and just enjoy being outside, get some fresh air. Okay, and for science, there's still going to be science, obviously, but unfortunately, we can't do a lot of hands-on experiments, like making slime and stuff like that. But what will take that place, we won't forget science. I will just be a demonstrator, and you guys, we can all learn together and still ask our questions about how something works, and you guys, your hypothesis, where you figure out, try to guess what's going to work. And so we'll still do science together. It's just not going to be in groups and hands-on. Social studies should be roughly the same. We're going to learn about Native Americans in North America. We're going to learn about slavery, how that started here. We're going to learn about our 13 colonies, which I think you guys touched on in 4th grade, how they became states. And then we're going to talk about 2 of our biggest documents, and that would be the Declaration of Independence, which was actually a letter, and of course our Constitution, which is our laws and how things needed to be important for our country. So you might have some questions for me, or some comments, or something you want to clarify. So very soon you'll be getting from school back to school letter. On it will be a supply list of things that you guys need to have coming in here, as well as a little bit more about me, and just some other thoughts maybe that we've already discussed here in this video. But as well, next week we are going to have some Zoom meetings for me and you to actually meet online, and there will be 4 different times that you can choose from, and that will also be in your, either in an email like this or in that letter, and that way, you know, we can discuss some things. I would just love to see your faces, kids, meet your parents, and so there will be 4 different times. I'll let you know when those are this coming week for Zoom meetings, and you just pick one of those times where you can best sit in front of your computer and get on a Zoom meeting and we can chat. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's the closest thing we have to actually getting together right now. So until we can, we're going to meet on Zoom. And I think that's just about it. So welcome back to a whole new year, different year. It's going to look different, but let's do this together.